Okay, here we go. This is some positional training with one of my purple belts. He starts with side control. Now look, he's trying to see where this arrow is. He's trying to reach back. He's trying to go to north south. He wants to bring his left hand back so he can go to north south. As he does that, I feel that happening. I dig for my own underhook, and I get that underhook with my right arm in this case here. So now he's in trouble because I have strong underhook here. I stay curled up, keep my leg and arm connected, and we'll see if I can get out of side control. I'm trying to collect his leg before I come up. I'm framing on his other thigh here. So now I gathered that leg. I'm trying to collect that leg there. You can see the arrow pointing to it. I want to get my outside leg collecting his foot. But now I want his knee on the mat right there. This is what I'm looking for. This is called a lower leg shift, but he does a great job of bringing his knee across my hip. So I sit up. Now I'm trying to get my butterfly hook in here. If I can get this hook in as a butterfly hook, there we go. Now I have a complete guard and I get the sweep. So now we reset. Now we're doing close guard. So we start in close guard. I get my hands inside his arms so that when he puts weight on it, I can collapse him down here and break his frames. Now I have my head off to one side here. I got an angle on him. I start to sit up, starting to look. So now, look at that. I dumped him over. So I put my foot on the ground and dumped him over. What I had there was, I'm going to stop the tape for a second. I had sort of like a guillotine grip on him, but right here, like an arm and guillotine, but I knew I was not going to be able to finish the choke. So I don't want to stay on my back here. So I'm going to take my foot here, put it on the ground, and then with my other leg, toss him over, and then I get to top position. So I find this really effective. When I don't have a strong guillotine attempt, I can get a sweep out of it. So now here, check this. I bring my elbow and knee together on the floor. So what this does is when I put that elbow and knee together on the floor, right there, I'm going to stop it here. Now I'm going to offer him a triangle attempt here, because when this is together like this, it's so grounded, it's going to keep this side of my neck open no matter what. So he really probably should not go for a triangle choke here, because when he throws his legs up, this is a way that his guard's going to open, and it's going to give me a pathway to pass his guard here. So now I get his legs open, and now I'm looking to pass. So I'm trying to get chest to chest, half guard, trying to flatten him out. He's doing a good job of not staying flat. So look at what I'm doing here. See this arrow's pointing. I'm looking for this near side underhook. So when you're passing half guard chest to chest, one of the most powerful underhooks you can get is this near side underhook. And a lot of people don't see it coming. So let's see what happens here. I'm starting to wedge my hand in there, get that underhook. Now I want to drive his thighs across. He recovers, though. He does a good job of getting off his back. Give me a little bit of a look at his back, but he's keeping his elbow in tight. Now he's going for this Kimura grip. Not a bad idea. So usually I'm not worried about this at all, but he manages to get a really strong grip. And instead of going to mount or try to go to his back here, I'm just feeling like he's got too good of a bite on my arm, and I want to escape my arm first. So I frame on his hip there, and I pull my arm back out. But now I'm in this knee fold pass position, which is, I'm going to stop the tape for a minute. Look at this. I have my legs on the outside of his legs. He's on his side. This is, if I understand this position, this is a really strong position for me. And he doesn't have any immediate offense. So let's see what happens here. So look, let's go back here. So check out what I did. I covered his lower legs. So I'm going to take my leg here and cover his lower legs right there. And then I can step behind. So now he's in a tough position. I'm going to either get to a side control pin, which I do, or his back. We start again in my guard. So here he is. Right now, he's in, you might call this a 3/4 guard. So I have sort of a butterfly hook here, and then this leg is like sort of a closed guard. He's trying to step over my knee here. This is the central problem. I'm trying to not let him step over my knee. Let's see what happens. I'm going to pull his head across. If I pull his head across, it's going to make it really hard for him. See, I'm controlling that hand. See, the key there is not to try to push his shoulder so much. If I control that hand, it's going to be difficult for him to step over my knee. And look, I get to a triangle threatening position because I had that hand controlled. Now, even with my short legs, I can still get a good triangle at times. So he sits back. I'm going to come up. This was a good move by him. It took the pressure of the strangle off, but I transitioned to an arm bar. I have a pretty good position here. And look where my legs are. So I have this, my head side leg is over his head. My other leg is cupping underneath his neck. This ends up being a really strong control on his upper body. Right there, really strong. And now I get the straight arm bar. Now we're back inside his closed guard. He pulls me down. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to take my, in this case, my left elbow and knee and put it together. Oh, no, my right elbow and knee, pardon me. And I let him get to the triangle threatening position. But check it out. Look how open his legs are. My neck over here is open. Look at his knee is too far down. It's actually lower than his hip. So when your knee is this far down, even though he has my head and arm technically inside his legs, it's in such a poor position that he's not going to be able to do much with it. And I'm framing on his neck. I'm going to start turning the corner here. See that? I pull my arm out. I get to the pass. He's turtling away. So technically, I need to pin him or get his back to score. So I have to follow him a little bit here. And I get to some kind of seatbelt, maybe a Kimura seatbelt. Trying to get my feet in. So this is where I'm in a bad position here. I got to get up. I'm falling off the top of his back. So now I'm trying to get to a triangle position, attack his arm. And he does a great job of backing out. But I get up, get the front headlock, get back to top position here. At any rate, we restarted here. He's back in my guard. He's trying to control my thighs. I push his head down. I'm looking to get, look at this now. I'm getting here a chest wrap. So I'm not really controlling his neck at all, but I'm over both of his arms here. And if I can bring my elbows back enough and keep this tight, I can control his arm so it's hard for him to post. And I might be able to get a sweep out of this. So there's the chest wrap. I'm trying to put some weight on the back of his head. Here I go. And now I dump him over, get top position, and go behind. Now I get one hook in. I got my knee up. I need my knee covering his other hip. So far I'm not doing that bad of a job, but he's doing a really good job of defending. He gets his hip to the mat, which he should. That was smart. I have to get under his arms here. Now I'm just looking for a pin because he's doing such a good job of defending the back. I just want to flatten him out. So I get a Kimura grip, step over his head. Look at this. So now I'm going to try to get to side triangle. So the beauty of the side triangle attack is you can get a strangle with your legs, or you could Kimura his arm. So it's truly a dilemma, a double attack. But to get to the side triangle clearly, I have to take my leg here and get it on the other side of his arm. So his neck and arm are trapped between my legs. So I get back up again since I didn't get it cleanly. And I'm looking to step my foot in there. There I go. I get my foot in there cleanly, right there. Now I want to fall to my side, lock my legs up. I start attacking. There's the side triangle. He brings his arm up, so now I should be able to finish the strangle. I think I need my bottom leg here. It's too much under his back. It needs to be more under his neck. That's the mistake I'm making there, and I'm losing control. So I come back up, try to get back onto the Kimura, see if I can finish the Kimura. I need to practice that side triangle more so I can get a better strangle. I was not in a good position. I ended up getting the Kimura finish. Here we go again. I'm letting him do this triangle threatening position because I have my elbow and knee together over here, my leg up, but I think he's getting sick of going for that and having me pass, so maybe he won't go for it. We'll see. I'm tempting him, trying to reach my hand back. There we go. So I'm in the position. So I got a grip on his neck here, and my other arm is controlling his torso. I'm bringing his knee down to his face. There's a lot of pressure. Probably be able to pass here. So I get the pass. Now we're back in my close guard. Now I'm trying to do a high cross guard. So I'm trying to reach my arm, see this, underneath his leg, and hold his head down and get an angle. There it is. So now I can kind of pendulum sweep him here. So I've got that grip underneath his leg, trying to get an angle. Swing my legs out open here. Good. That gives me a look at the triangle. That's the high cross guard. So now I'm looking to finish the strangle. I have a good attempt here, I think. I think I might get this. Yep, he taps. So the beauty of having short legs is that when you get to the triangle, you usually see I'm showing him the frames. Frame on the neck and frame on the hip here. That's how you defend that high cross guard. So one of the things I do with my students when I train with them is I try to, if I can score on them, I immediately try to show them what they might do differently to make it hard for that score to happen to them. I don't want to just sweep and submit my students without helping them. Here we go again. See, I got that frame on the torso there, and then on the neck, I get my arm out, I'm trying to lift his hips up here. I'm trying to pin him now because I know he's defending my back takes so well that to score, I just want to try to maybe pin him. So I have to get a Kimura grip on him here to control him. See that, what I just did there? I took my elbow. Let's back that up just a little bit. I knew he was going to turn away from me. So I take my right elbow as he turns away and I put it near his hip. And that greatly slows, right there. That really slows down his turtle. Now he's kind of flat now. He can't easily get up to his knees and get away from me. But who knows? I probably still screw this up, this back take attempt. I've not been doing a good job. So I'm trying to drive my knee in there. See that arrow? That's, if I can get my knee between his arm and his leg, that's really what I want, to separate his arm and his leg so I can get a clean back control. But I get a little sloppy. He grabs my leg again. This is where he's been getting out. This is where I've been doing a poor job of winning this position. And this is I'm falling back to my hip. I think this is a bad idea. I can tell that I'm losing position. I should try to be more on top, I think. I'm trying to work my foot in. I don't really remember what happens here. We'll see. I'm trying to pull his elbow away from his hip. But Brandon did a great job defending in this position. I got to figure out what I need to do better here. So look at that. See, he pulled that arm out at the very end, right where this arrow is pointing. His left arm is going to come out, and he wins the position. Good for him. I have to figure out what I'm doing wrong in that position. That's a great thing about positional training. You often end up in the same transitions to the same positions, and then you can fix them. Looks like I'm trying to get the sweep again with a arm in guillotine or chest wrap, but he's not falling for it this time. And now I have to go for the omoplata because he's controlling my leg instead of the triangle choke. I got a good bite on him here. He's coming under, taking the pressure off, so I go back to the triangle. Let's see if I can finish this. Looks like I might be able to finish this triangle. Trying to cut an angle. Yeah. And if you see there, when I cut that angle, this is really a great way to finish your triangle chokes. Let me see if I can go back here. Is I have this knee covering this shoulder, and I want the inside of my right knee here covering his other shoulder. There, now it's covers, and then he taps immediately because that's when it gets super tight. That strangle gets really tight there. See that he's, let's go back here. So I start to get to half guard, and he puts in a butterfly hook right here. But you can see it's not a strong butterfly hook. So I think what's going on is I have a near side underhook, which is really powerful. So when I have that near side underhook, even if he has this butterfly half, I can push across to the other side here and look to pass. So this is what I do. I drive right across, drive his legs across, see? And now I get to that knee fold pass again, and I end up getting right by his legs. I think Brandon might be getting a little winded right now. I think I have a Kimura grip here. I'm just looking to flatten this guy out because I can't get to his back. He's doing such a good job defending the back take attempts. Now I'm staying under his near side arm here. This is where I keep messing up. Let's see if I can finally get back control on this guy. I finally get a leg in. Yep, I finally managed to get back control. I think it's probably more of a function that Brandon's getting a little tired than I'm doing great technique. So here we go again. I'm letting him do the triangle threatening position. I think he's realizing that this isn't working so good. He tries to transition to something else. I end up getting an easy pass out of it. Looking to get into K guard here when he stands, but he's defending too well. So I'm trying to control his right at his knuckles, his hand there, make it difficult for him to get over my knee. There I go. Now I'm getting that chest wrap grip again. And then I couldn't dump him over it, but it allowed me to belly down and get up to my knees here and look to move behind him. If I can get behind him and keep him on his knees, so that would be considered a sweep. That would be considered a 2-point score. I have an underhook, so I go right into a knee size pass.